For many years there has been a game, War 12, where members of various clans compete with each other not to the death, but to the death. Each of the participants has been preparing for this event since childhood. As in any game, there is a judge and this war has rules. Each of the participants were given gems that had to be swallowed. The stones contain poison. The victorious warrior must collect all 12 stones and then his every wish will be granted. An antidote will also be given. To give you an idea of how important this war was to the warriors, one of them, a member of the Boar family, drove her own sister to suicide in order to go to War of the 12 in her place. Now that everyone knows the rules, we can begin. Monkey proposed a plan that would keep everyone alive. Just as suddenly the building beneath the participants collapsed. No, it exploded. The boar met the hare and had already imagined killing him. But her plans are not fated to come true due to the girl's death. After the explosion, everyone scattered everywhere. The rabbit necromancer had already begun to form his army of corpses. The rat and the monkey teamed up and went down into the sewers, just as the monkey had brought the building down in the beginning. The battlefield is a whole huge, empty city, places for cover, ambushes and fights abound. The dog kills with a bite that can poison anyone it touches. He's a master at poisons and has created an antidote for the rock he swallowed. Hiding in the parking lot, the dog chose a wait-and-see tactic, but his solitude was thwarted by a rooster. She suggested that the warrior team up. The rooster has the ability to look at the world through a bird's eye. That's how she found the rooster, who agreed to cooperate. The mini-team decided to kill the rabbit team first. News came in that the rabbit team was divided. The poisoner gave a drug to the rooster to fight the rabbit puppets. But the rooster attacked the dog, not the rabbit, and killed it. She just needed the drug to get stronger and faster. The girl had a difficult childhood. She was abused by her parents, whom she later killed. She was taken into the custody of the Niwa family, where she grew up and was brought up. On their behalf she acted in operations and various wars. With the help of birds she was able to easily track down enemies. Now it was time to destroy the boar. A flock of birds was sent to her by the rooster. Not even the best shooter could shoot that many. There was a battle of his own going on in the subway, between the bull and the horse. The rat met the rooster in the store and invited her to join his and the monkey's team. All the participants were haunted by a strange sense of déjà vu, at the rat's expense. Rooster wanted to join the company and then kill them, but there was a note of sympathy in her heart and she walked away from that couple. Walking outside, the girl ran into a bull. Should she take the fight or rub it in? What tactic to choose? She had a sudden urge to fight for the monkey. And so fell the treacherous rooster. 4 warriors out of 12 have already died, but Monkey still believes in victory without killing. From the beginning the girl has held peaceful intentions. In her normal life she works as a negotiator, ending wars between nations. Rat is skeptical of Monkey's pacifistic claims. Despite this, the monkey sincerely believes that all the evil people do can be eradicated if they try hard enough. A rabbit defiantly interrupts the reasoning of the great with the help of dead rooster birds. On the surface, the guys were already met by a headless snake with a rabbit. The warriors are watched by people from above who can place bets on the winner. The sheep is the most experienced and oldest participant in the battle. He even once won such a game. The rat took on the snake, and the monkey took on the rabbit. The sheep chose the tactic of waiting and watching. Age does not allow for active action. Even as a teenager, my grandfather was a gun dealer and knew a lot about guns. He had been in many battles, and even then his hands were up to his elbows in blood. This time he went to war to replace his grandson. The headless serpent had a flamethrower and good speed. The hare had a cleaver and acrobatics. Turns out the grandfather outplayed the judge and didn't swallow the stone for real. The horse in the fight with the bull ended up just running away. The bull, on the other hand, ran into an ambush from the sheep. The situation was not good. The sheep had to change cover. He has a cunning plan in his head. He hopes to fool the players with his stone. In the streets of the city there is a fight between a headless man and a rat, but more noise was created by a bull walking in the footsteps of a sheep. The grandfather met the tigress, clearly overindulging in alcohol. After the fight with the bull, the horse became paranoid and fled. The headless man still can't catch up with the rat and burn it. The dead rooster birds can't handle the monkey. The rabbit rushed away, but the monkey outflanked him and it was his fatal mistake. The sheep decided to finish off the tiger. In one leap she took his stone and killed the veteran. The horse came to despair. Afraid to go out to fight, he was ready to die quietly from the poison. His advantage was a strong defense, no one could ever penetrate it. For the first time he was so close to losing. His hideout was discovered by a rat. He came here by chance hoping to hide from the serpent. The rat was gone, the flames of the serpent took his place, and the horse turned into a roast horse. Let's find out how the serpent was beheaded. The two twin brothers the serpent and the dragon came to the main hall. In ordinary life, they earn their living by stealing valuables, so they have combat experience. And so they had already risen to the right floor. There they were met by a rabbit. With one swing of the cleaver, he decapitated the younger brother. The tigress stumbled upon the headless dude. He immediately launched an attack. The tiger was faster than the dude and disarmed him. The fight with the dead guy quickly became boring, and the alcoholic walked away. The zombie didn't have to be bored, the girl was replaced by a bull. When the tigress saw the bull she was unstoppable, her bloodlust clouded her thoughts. The guys were stopped by a literal death grip. If they wanted to survive, they had to work together. A dragon was watching this entertaining spectacle. The tigress used alcohol and a spark from the bull's blade to burn the dead man's hands. The dragon had a great position on top, but the rabbit spotted him. Jumping up high, he took out his other brother as well. Tigress, like all fighters in this war, had been taught to fight since childhood. She was the best of the best. On the field of war things were much scarier than in the training room. In the battles she began to lose the value of life, and afterwards she poured out her grief with alcohol. Soon, thanks to the combustible water, the girl began to get a high from the battles. Tigress almost stopped living sober, and because of this she was kicked out of her family. But even this did not stop the girl, she was turning into a real beast, hungry only for blood and alcohol. The bull and the tigress urgently need to come up with a plan, or else they will be in trouble. Parts of the zombie bodies swooped down on the fighters. The tiger disarmed the dragon and turned it against the dead brothers. Not to forget their owner, the rabbit. With a combined effort, the pair quickly managed to blow the eared one's head off. The bull challenged the tigress to a duel. She had a clear dislike for the guy. But why? Maybe something happened in the past. The tigress was about to be killed in a trap, as usual, but suddenly the bull came to her rescue. No one had ever helped her before. The bull thought she was just a kid, he couldn't think she was a fighter like him. The warrior guided her to the right path and made her think about life. Ever since, she dreamed of meeting him again. And now they are so close together, but he has completely forgotten her. The tigress was pierced by a blade, but it was not the sword of a bull. It was the rabbit that wounded the girl. Or rather, what he had turned into. No matter how hard the bull tried, he could not save the tigress' life. Now the bull will have to fight the rabbit one-on-one. He used his necromancer powers to restore himself as a zombie. A zombie monkey rushes at the bull, holding him until the rabbit is fully recovered. Eeyore wants to capture the bull's body, too, into his army of corpses. The only one who came to the warrior's rescue was a rat with a grenade. The rat set the mine and detonated it. Thus he became the natural winner. It's a good time to tell the rat's abilities. And he is able to calculate different variants of future events, that is, he can look into the future. With this, he can choose variants of events, all the while living his death, until he finds the right path. And since the rat has won, he needs to decide on a single wish. In order to do this, there are still hundreds of different options to go through. Could it be that everyone is happy? No, if the dreams of the villains come true, the world will turn to chaos. Or then, maybe to resurrect someone, also doesn't fit, it's more like a rabbit. And if you choose a wish, one of the warriors. No way, that's silly, you have to wish for something that the rat himself wants. There are so many wishes, how can you choose just one? It was time to decide. Then the rat asked to forget everything, to forget all the ways he had lived over and over again.